Your child melts down at birthday parties while other kids are having fun. Tags on clothes send them into a spiral. The sound of a vacuum cleaner might as well be a fire alarm. And every single day, you're exhausted from walking on eggshells, trying to prevent the next sensory explosion. You've been told that it's just a phase, or you've been told that they'll grow out of it. Some days you wonder if you're doing something wrong, if you're being too accommodating, or if other parents think you're just making excuses for bad behavior. But here's what nobody is telling you. Your child's nervous system is experiencing the world completely differently than other kids. It's not behavioral, it's not a parenting problem, and it's definitely not something that they're doing on purpose. Today, we're going to explain exactly what's happening inside your child's body when they experience sensory overload, why traditional approaches often plateau, and most importantly, how to finally help your child's nervous system find balance. So this video is for parents who are tired of being told that their child will grow out of sensory challenges, exhausted from managing daily meltdowns, and ready to understand the real neurological roots behind their child's sensory struggles. In the next few minutes, you'll discover why sensory processing challenges are actually nervous system challenges, how something called the perfect storm sets kids up for sensory struggles, and why addressing the neurological foundation changes everything, just like it did for a little girl named Aria. Let me tell you about Aria. According to her parents, she was often an extremely unhappy little girl. She refused to be in unfamiliar places with unfamiliar people. When her family tried to go out, which they'd occasionally attempt, it would end in Aria completely melting down from sensory overload. Every outing was a gamble. Every new environment was a threat. This isn't rare. Today, 1 in 6 children experiences sensory processing issues, and that's millions of families dealing with daily sensory struggles, being told to wait and see while their child suffers. But Aria's story didn't end there. After starting Neurologically-Focused Chiropractic Care, her parents witnessed something incredible. She went from screaming when anyone greeted her to smiling ear to ear, happily greeting everyone that she met. Her sleep improved, her speech blossomed, and the child who was trapped in sensory overwhelm finally found freedom. Sensory processing disorder is a nervous system problem, not a behavior problem. Think of your child's nervous system as an air traffic controller, trying to coordinate thousands of flights all at once. In kids with sensory challenges, that air traffic controller is completely overwhelmed. When the nervous system can't properly filter and process sensory input, everyday life feels like it's being dropped into a chaotic carnival. Glaring lights, screaming sounds, overwhelming smells, everything spinning out of control. This affects all 7 senses: auditory, sounds; visual, lights; olfactory, smells; gustatory, so tastes and texture; tactile, touch; and vestibular, balance. And then the most important sense is proprioception, knowing where your body is in space. Out of all the senses, proprioception is critical for brain development and function, yet it's the one nobody talks about. There are 3 types of sensory challenges that are telling us what's happening. There's hypersensitive kids who have an overactive response to normal input. They're the ones covering their ears, ripping off tags, melting down in crowded places. Their nervous system is stuck in overdrive. Then we have our hyposensitive kids that are the complete opposite. They need intense input just to feel regulated. They're constantly touching, crashing into things, seeking that sensory input that their nervous system craves. Most kids have both, which can seem confusing until you understand that their nervous system is dysregulated, swinging between extremes, trying to find a balance. When you see these patterns, you're not seeing difficult behavior. You're seeing a nervous system that's stuck and can't regulate itself. So the perfect storm creates all of these sensory challenges. Sensory issues don't just appear randomly. They develop through what we call the perfect storm, which is a series of stressors that accumulate from pregnancy through early childhood. It starts with prenatal stress, then birth trauma or interventions, followed by early challenges like colic, constipation, and frequent antibiotics. Each stressor adds another layer of tension to the nervous system until it gets stuck in sympathetic overdrive, like a smoke alarm that won't stop going off. This creates something called dysautonomia, where the nervous system literally cannot return to a calm, regulated baseline. So, why do traditional therapies often hit a plateau when we talk about sensory challenges? Occupational therapy and sensory integration therapy are incredibly valuable, but when the nervous system foundation is stuck in stress mode, it's like trying to remodel a house built on a cracked foundation. You can't teach coping strategies to a nervous system that is neurologically stuck in a fight or flight mode. Many families add therapy after therapy, but without addressing the neurological root cause, progress stalls, like pushing a car with the parking brake still on. This is why so many parents feel frustrated when their child works so hard in therapy but can't generalize those skills to real life. Here's what we want you to remember: your child isn't broken, they're stuck. Their nervous system is trapped in a pattern that can be shifted. When we address the neurological root cause through neurologically focused chiropractic care, we help release that tension on the nervous system. We restore balance. We help your child's brain finally process their world without constant overwhelm. You don't need more labels. You don't need to wait and see. You need answers and action. You can click on the link in our bio, comment below, or send us a DM to schedule your child's neurological evaluation with Generations Chiropractic in Batavia, Illinois. Let Dr. Colleen and our team help your child experience the world with joy instead of overwhelm.